Hey, hello everybody. Here's the reason why when I make pie dough, I make extra. I decided I was going to make some fruit tarts, but I didn't want to go through all the hassle of making the pie dough and making the streusel and all of that. So I remembered, hey, wait a minute, I have pie dough in the freezer. So whenever you make pie dough, I always make extra. Okay, this is the reason why. All right, so there it is. There's the extra pie dough that I had in the freezer. Here's the extra streusel that I had in the freezer. Whenever I make this, I always make a lot of streusel because, it's always good to have. Just throw it in the freezer. I will leave the videos to make streusel and pie dough. I'll leave those videos down in the description box. So, All right, anyway, here's a nectarine I had laying around. I'm going to, chop that up. I also had some blueberries that I put in this and a can of sugarless cherry pie filling. By the way, this is all made with very little sugar. All right, so I'm going to chop up this nectarine here. Now, if you're going to add fruit to a can of pie filling, you're going to have to add cornstarch. Otherwise, this stuff's going to be way too thin. Cherry pie filling is thin to begin with. And if you don't add cornstarch in, now it's going to be real thin. So we're going to add cornstarch. Anyway, I also add tapioca into fruit that I add to a can of pie filling. All right, there went the blueberries, and there's the cherries. But now, before I add the cherries, I'm going to add the cornstarch. That way, you know how much is going in. Oh, okay, there goes a little bit of stevia, the artificial sweetener, and here goes about a teaspoon of tapioca. Now, that's not tapioca pudding. What that is tapioca pearls or beads. The stuff that you make tapioca pudding from. It's just little beads of tapioca. So anyway, I like to add that in along with the cornstarch. All right, cornstarch, I'm going to say I put in, I don't know, maybe a tablespoon. Yeah, maybe a little bit more than a tablespoon. What I do is I put in enough to coat everything that I'm adding to the pie filling. Just put in enough to coat everything. You don't want to make it too thick, but, you don't want to have it too thin either. So just put in enough cornstarch to where you have a nice coating on whatever fruit you're adding to it. All right, so we're going to mix all that up and, and be done with it. This is really a very easy, a very easy thing here. Since I have the pie dough already made, I have the streusel already made, this here is nothing now. It's just mix it up and do away with it. That's it. Okay, I'm going to speed it up here in a minute as soon as I show you what's going on with this pie dough. All right. What I have is muffin tins over there that I'm going to spray a little bit of that spray stuff, whatever that is, the oil in the spray can. But this here, I'm just going to roll this out until I get, the thickness that I desire. And then I'm going to cut them. I'm going to cut them with that little plastic cutter there. That's actually just a sour cream container that I cut the bottom off of. Hold on, let me speed this up. Wait a minute. All right, there we go. Okay, now I'm going to, I'm just going to roll this out till I get to about, I don't know, 1/8 of an inch. All right, there you go. I just sprayed it with that spray stuff. You could use a brush and oil if you want. It's totally up to you. These little things that I'm cutting here are actually a little bit too small. So what I'm going to do is with all the little scraps of the dough, I'm going to I'm going to try to piece them together and make them a little bit bigger, which I'll be doing here in a second. There we go. Okay. I just don't want the pie dough to run underneath I don't want the filling to run underneath the pie dough, and then the whole thing will stick to the cupcake pan. That's not what we want. So here I'm just expanding the cups a little bit by adding a little bit extra pie dough to them. They don't look that nice and neat, but once you put the topping on, you'll never notice. All right. Like I said, this was easy as could be. The pie dough's in the freezer, the streusel's in the freezer. All I had to do was mix up the cherry pie dough stuff. That was 1, 2, 3. So now, next time I make pie dough, I'm going to make more than what I need. And what I'll do is I'll freeze, the extra. And I'll have extra again. All right, there goes the cherry pie filling. I've got 1 nectarine, some blueberries. I've got cornstarch, a little bit of tapioca, and all of that's going to cook. The cornstarch and tapioca will cook by the time the things are done. All right, here goes the topping. Now again, you don't have to be nice and neat with this. You can, just put it on there. Okay, there they are. After they're finished and cooled a little bit, so I can pick them up. There you go. I'm going to show you underneath. Look at that. Oh, nice. Oh, baby. Beautiful. Yeah, so, it's a quick and easy thing if you have pie dough in the freezer and if you have streusel in the freezer. Now, like I said, I'm going to leave the videos to the recipes for the pie dough and the streusel underneath in the description box. I'll leave the links there so you can watch that. And boy, these things are good. I like them. They're very good. All right, there you go. Perfect. Okay, now you might be able to find this stuff somewhere else around town, although I doubt it. But you won't find it any better than this right here. I guarantee it. Now I gotta go. I gotta eat. See you.